Well, since the ongoing war in Gaza, how some universities have handled both pro-Israeli and pro-Palestine speech has drawn national attention. In November, Indiana Representative Jim Banks sent a letter to Indiana University expressing his concerns of anti-Semitic incidents reported on campus. The university responded with an email saying, in part, IU's commitment to stand against anti-Semitism is deep and sincere. Hate has no home at IU, and acts of anti-Semitism and Islamophobia will not be tolerated. But this week, IU suspended Abdul Qadir Sano for 2 semesters after the Palestine Solidarity Committee hosted an event without an approved room request. Sano's an advisor of the group. Members of the IU faculty say IU is threatening academic freedom with this punishment and are calling for Sano's reinstatement.
There needs to be a cessation of these kinds of political interferences in campuses and efforts to quash speech.
An IU spokesperson says the university follows its procedures fully and is committed to academic freedom. Now, this week, we learned that IU's Eskenazi Museum of Art had canceled a Palestinian-born artist exhibition scheduled to open next month after 3 years of preparation. In a 2-sentence letter from IU and the museum leadership, the team setting up the exhibition, Samia Halaby Centers of Energy, was told in late December it had been canceled for security reasons. But Madison Gordon, the great niece of the artist, says the university has not provided any examples of security threats. She has created a petition hoping to get IU President Pamela Whitten to reverse the decision by the museum. Halaby attended and taught at Indiana University. She's regarded as a pioneer in 20th century abstract art and one of Palestine's most acclaimed artists. The exhibition was set to run February 10th to June 9th. IU and the museum declined our request for an interview. Well, we're joined now by higher education reporter Aubrey Wright, who has been covering these stories for WTIU. Thank you so much.
Hi, thanks
for being here.
Me.
So you spoke with faculty about the suspension of Professor Sano. So what are the greater concerns here?
They have a couple. They think that the suspension is the result of the university sidestepping campus policy. And some of the people who are saying this are the people who wrote that policy, so they can speak with authority. They say that Professor Sano was supposed to have a hearing in front of an elected faculty committee before being punished, and that didn't happen. They're also really worried about academic freedom. We've heard many times in the last few weeks that a college campus is exactly where these kinds of intense political conversations should be happening. And they say that controversial demonstrations is still protected speech, and that the suspension threatens this value.
So Madison Gordon created a petition asking IU to reinstate the exhibit. How's that going?
It's going well. It has about 9,000 signatures right now, and it's still growing. Yeah, I was shocked too. Yeah. And the news of this has really taken off. They've spoken with the New York Times, multiple art news organizations, some international news organizations have picked it up. And Gordon says that IU has sunk a lot of time and a lot of money into this exhibition, and they're hoping that this immense public pressure will reverse the decision to cancel it.
So there's another story about possible plans to impeach the president of IU student government. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, 2 IU students resigned from the undergraduate student government last semester. In their resignation letter, they said that the president and the vice president ignored and neglected Jewish students. You remember this prompted Jim Banks to write that letter to IU. And after a couple weeks of investigating, the IU student government have recommended impeachment of those 2 leaders.
Thank you so much for covering these stories for us. I'm sure more to come.
Yes, thank you.